Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great day. Hope all of you having a great week. Hope all of you had a great July. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, it is time to talk about a college football legend, Alabama legend, and now youngster and up-and-comer, dare I say, in the NFL, Bryce Young. What in the world is going on with Mr. Bryce Young? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, and I'm excited. I'm looking at the comment section on the recent video where we talked about DJ Lagway in Florida. Why did you write this? Matt B. BBL. So now I have a BBL. Number one, why does this even have likes? Why are y'all egging this on? And number two, how do you even come up with this? How does Matt B. BBL even come into your mind? Matt's ACL injury didn't slow him down. His hairline did. Over 100 likes. Good one. Good one. Matt B, a bald MFer, you know what that stands for. Been waiting on you to cover this. Yeah, let's just give this guy a strike. Due to that comment right there, I'm not reading off anymore for a little bit. You can thank him. Let's hop back in and let's get serious with this video. The topic at hand, Bryce Young. Is it already year 3? Gosh, man, time's flying by. Let me pull up these official stats. Yep, as a matter of fact, it is year number 3. Rookie year was 2023. Last year, sophomore year. Or not sophomore year. You get what I'm saying. Second year, 2024, now heading in 2025, his third year as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I've made this video, I think, every summer on Bryce Young, and who knows, we may be making the same one next year. He's in a very, I don't want to say fascinating, it's more so of a messy / unique predicament and situation. Let me explain. We can all agree on this. The Panthers, terrible franchise. Terrible organization, so that already alone is an uphill battle. The upside to being the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft is you get the most amount of money. The downside is you're going to go to one of the worst teams. For Mr. Young, that is what happened. And to recap his rookie year, there's not a lot to say. For me personally, everybody's different to each their own. I do not critique rookies in the NFL. College, no, I don't even do it. And I'm especially not going to do it in the NFL. I give him a pass. For me personally, for me to even critique you a little bit as a true freshman, if you're a quarterback starting in the Power 4, you got to be like the #1 overall high school recruit or the tippy-toppy 5-star, something like that. You got to be the cream of the crop. You got to be like a Trevor Lawrence, an Arch Manning, something like that coming out of high school. Well, in the NFL, it is much different because we are no longer talking about a kid's game. This is a grown man's game, okay? You are playing against the best of the best, and it's hard to move that ball up and down the field. And it's hard enough alone just to read the defenses. I'm not even talking about making the throws. Can you read the defense? More times than not, that's why some of your stars in college at the quarterback position can't even make it in the NFL because they're just used to throwing to wide open guys. When you actually got to sit back in the pocket and read a defense, they fold like an omelet. Fortunately enough for Bryce, he has never struggled with reading defenses, and he throws a pretty, and I mean a pretty ball. He's everything you wanted in a quarterback. He's got his head screwed on correctly, no off-the-field problems. The only downside to him, and it's the only knock anyone's ever had, his size. He's only roughly, I call it 5'10", about 190, 200, 205 pounds, fluctuating around that. But here would be my rebuttal to the people saying, oh, well, his size, he's too small, he's too frail, he's too this, he's too that. He dominated one of the best defenses in all college football, Georgia in 2021 with Jamison Williams. Y'all remember that game. I bring that game up to say this. That Georgia team had, what was it, like 6 or 7 NFL players on their defense alone. We also saw Bryce Young, we're going to get to this in just a second, a little foreshadowing, dominate some great teams in the NFL last year. Didn't struggle whatsoever. My point is, he's been 5'10" his entire life. He knows how to play being 5'10". It's not like he was 6'3" in college and then he gets to the NFL and he's 5'10". That's where I'm going at with all of this. He's used to being this small. Like I was saying though, in year 1, he did struggle a bit, but he was a rookie playing on a terrible team. The Panthers, they didn't set him up for success. Year 2 was really interesting because he got benched early in the season for Andy Dalton. He then regained the starting position back, and ironically enough, he never looked back, and I wouldn't say he was terrorizing the league, but he was turning some heads. In Bryce Young's last 3 games of the regular season, he had 7 touchdowns, but this is one of the most important stats. 0, let me say that again, 0 interceptions. He was on fire, especially in his last game against the Falcons, in which he led Carolina to a game-winning touchdown in overtime, put up a 44-burger on the Falcons, went 25 for 34, 250 passing yards, completed 74% of his passes. that is extremely efficient, especially in the NFL. 3 touchdowns, 0 INTs. Oh yeah, by the way, he also had 3 rushing touchdowns in those final 3 games, totaling up. He had 10, as you can see right here, total touchdowns. This is from the NFL. 0 interceptions, and he had 612 passing yards. According to some of the reports I've been looking at, Bryce Young has been doing really well in training camp. I expected that out of him. But here's the thing that stood out the most to me. Him and T-Mac are already dialing in a connection. If you're a Bryce Young or Panthers fan, you got to be feeling like me about this. I'm just happy that the Panthers are finally, it's been 3 years, but they are finally trying to get Bryce Young some help. The past couple of years, they've had a few good, and not discrediting anybody, but a few good skill players. This year, it feels like, okay, they actually got a lot. This is the first time I've ever felt like this since Young got drafted by the Panthers. He has multiple weapons on the field at all times. It also appears to seem that there's none of this looking over the shoulder like, oh, is Andy Dalton going to come into the game if Bryce Young does bad or he has a bad 3 to 4 game stretch? Would they potentially bench Bryce Young? I don't think that's going to happen. Last year, I'm not going to lie, it made total sense benching Bryce Young. And I think it was good for him to see somebody else go in there and just watch them play. But when he came back in after Andy Dalton got injured, it was like night and day difference. The Bryce Young I saw in the second half, the later half of the season with the Panthers in 2024, that was the Bryce Young we saw win the Heisman Trophy at Alabama. And here's the thing with Bryce. It has never been a talent issue. Him struggling with the Panthers, it's not about the talent. We know it's there. We've seen it. If you watch ball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The only thing that will and could potentially hold back Bryce Young in 2025, the season up and coming for him, I hate to say it, but it's his team around him and also his coaching staff and that entire organization. If he has time to throw the football, we've seen it before, that Panthers offensive line, not very good at times, but it appears the same. They patched some of that up. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that happens. But like I was saying, if he has time to throw the ball, he's due and poised to have a breakout season. I firmly believe that. And for me, this feels like, I wouldn't say it's the make or break year, but we're getting to that point. Year 4 is where it's like the put up or shut up season. And it's to the point I can't even believe it's gotten here as quickly as it has, where I expect to see a great performance, a great season, a great everything out of Bryce Young. The Panthers are not a good football team. Let's establish that right now. But I want to see him take over games. I want to see Bryce Young win some games he's not supposed to win. Carry the Panthers to maybe potentially, dare I say, 10, 11 wins. We're not talking about a guy who was selected in the second round. We're talking about the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. When you are the number 1, number 2, number 3 overall pick, and you're selected as a quarterback, you are expected to do these things I'm talking about right now. It's not absurd to ask your number 1 overall pick to carry you and to lift others up around you. It's not. The only thing you can't blame Bryce Young for is offensive line. I don't care who you are. You can be Tom Brady. We saw at the Buccaneers one of those final years when he was there. If you don't have time to throw the ball, you're not going to amount to a hill of beans. So as long as this offensive line can somewhat be just average in the NFL, look out. That's all I'm going to say. I would like to see, what did he do last year? Let's pull up his stats. Hold on. I'm doing this all the time. All right, in 2024, he completed 61% of his passes. That's not atrocious. I say not atrocious. It's not bad at all. It's about average. 2,400 passing yards, 15 tutties, 9 interceptions. Really not bad at all. Not bad. In 2025, what would I like to see out of Bryce Young? That completion percentage around 62, 63, somewhat like that. Yards, 3,500. I think that's more than reasonable. Could be a little less. Touchdowns. I'd like to see around 24, 27. 30 would be great. Interceptions, keep them around anywhere from, we'll say, 8 to 14. So 30, or not 30, we'll say 27, 28 passing touchdowns, 10 to 14 interceptions. That'd be a good year for me. And the sad truth is, we may never see Bryce Young return to that level he was at when he was playing for Nick Saban, Alabama, just due to he's with the Panthers, and they are going to bring him down a little bit. He may never reach his full potential playing for the Carolina Panthers. But I do believe the Panthers can make some noise this year if that offensive line can hold up for more than 2.4 seconds. Before we end off this video, let's talk about worst case scenario. What happens if, we'll say, the first 5 games, Panthers are, we'll say, 1-4, Bryce Young's not playing good, has something like, I don't know, 5 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions, couple fumbles, just not playing good. Do you go to Andy Dalton? Do you bench Bryce Young? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section, what would you do? We're talking hypotheticals here, but as where it stands right now, I would let Bryce Young just go through the struggles because we are trying to make this the franchise quarterback. It'd be different if he was like a bridge quarterback, then, oh, yeah, just bench him because he's the bridge quarterback. If you know what a bridge means, you know. But you're talking about potentially the franchise guy. You got to let him go through some struggles, right? That's how I feel about it. I hope he doesn't struggle. I don't really expect him to. However, let me throw this in there, and this is important. I wouldn't be shocked if Bryce Young didn't have that great of a season. I know I'm going to sound dumb when I say this because this is something we all know, but the NFL's tough. It's really tough. It's not easy. We've seen all-time great quarterbacks have years where they struggle, so it's not out of the question that Bryce Young could struggle in year number 3. Not only am I curious, but like I said in the intro, I'm also excited to see how he performs this year. I do want to make this a short, simple, and sweet video. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts on all this down below. But